Have a great day, okay?
Welcome, everyone. Welcome in to Cameras Everywhere. I'm Pickthall. Hello, but anyways, hello, everybody else. Today is September 11th, 2023. And if those of you who have been with the channel for a while know that I usually premiere this video I'm going to show you today on September 11th of every year. I made this video about 5 years ago. The original version was banned and or deleted and age restricted. I tried to upload it many times. You can find it now on Rumble. I'm going to show it to you from my personal file. This is the 20th anniversary remaster, which was done on 2021. Last time I tried to premiere this video on this channel, it was the stream was just dead-ended by YouTube. They just removed the stream right in the middle of it. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Let me tell you about the video real quick, and I'll get to it in about 2 minutes. Like I said, the video was done 5 years ago. It was an attempt to link the events of 9/11 with the First Amendment auditing movement. As most of you, I'm sure, are aware, 9/11 was a major catalyst in the expansion of government and government power. And we know how the government works. So any expansion of it is necessarily negative. The events of September 11th brought in massive federal agencies that never existed prior. We're talking about the Department of Homeland Security. I believe the Department of Homeland Security was created in November. So that's just 2 months after 9/11. Same thing with the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA, the centralization of FEMA. We're talking about the Patriot Act was brought in. We're talking about the National Defense Authorization Act, the indefinite detention of American citizens, suspension of the Fourth Amendment, all brought in after 9/11. So I'm just going to show you this video real quick. I don't really have that much else to say. Welcome everybody in. There's links in the description. You can watch the Rumble version if you want. This video is a little bit altered from the original version. It's 17 minutes long, so that's about how long this live stream is going to be. 17 minutes plus the 4 minutes I've been talking to you already. Go ahead and look in the description. Follow the links if you want to subscribe to my other channels. Definitely do so, and I mean, if you want, and
submit or die.
That was actually an accident, believe it or not. But okay, here we go. This video, the original title of this video was in 2 parts, actually. The first part was called Terror, Tyranny, and Cameras Everywhere. It's mostly about 9/11. And then the second part was called Blue Line Gang versus America. And these 2 videos have been combined together now to make this one video. You can find a version of it on my channel. It's called In This Day and Age, Terror, Tyranny, and Cameras Everywhere. You are being watched. I'm going to play the video for you now. Let me get it queued up here. All right. I hope you guys enjoy this. And I hope that it strikes a chord with you. I know that you actually won't enjoy it, but take a look at this frame that you see on the screen. I think you can get the concept without me explaining it any further. And feel free to take this video, download it, share it, do whatever you want to do with it. Without further ado, here it is.
The 2 most likely largest inventions of our generation are the internet and the mobile phone. They've changed the world. However, they also turned out to be the perfect tools for the surveillance state. And if we look back about the forecasts on surveillance by George Orwell, well, it turns out that George Orwell was an optimist.
As we wage the war on terror overseas, we're also going after the terrorists here at home. And one of the most important tools we have used to protect the American people is the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act closed dangerous gaps in America's law enforcement and intelligence capabilities, gaps the terrorists exploited when they attacked us on September the 11th.
There's been a lot of discussion about what the NSA does and the surveillance programs. You have said it is not the business of the U.S. government to spy on its own people. But the more that seems to come out, the more questions seem to be raised.
What's been clear since the disclosures that were made by Mr. Snowden, people are still concerned as to whether their emails are being read or their phone calls are being listened to.
Especially when they hear that they are.
All these safeguards, checks, audits, oversight worked. Now, I think there are legitimate concerns that people have that the technology is moving so quick that at some point does the technology outpace the laws that are in place and the protections that are in place? And do some of these systems end up being like a loaded gun out there that somebody at some future point could abuse?
I am extremely careful. I'm surrounded by bodyguards. I'm surrounded by people. And I always tell them, be very careful, because in your hotel rooms, and no matter where you go, you're going to probably have cameras. And number one, I hope you're going to be good anyway. But in those rooms, you have cameras in the strangest places. Cameras that are so small with modern technology, you can't see them and you won't know. You better be careful, or you'll be watching yourself on nightly television.
The FBI confirmed earlier today that it's been using a small air force of low-flying planes to spy on Americans. The Associated Press tracked over 100 flights over 30 cities in 11 states over the course of just the last few weeks. The fact that American citizens are being watched from above is concerning on its own, but the FBI has been covering up its actions by registering its planes to at least 13 fake companies. Each plane features its own specialized set of surveillance equipment, but the whole fleet appears to feature video surveillance equipment and equipment that can monitor a cell phone's location. And remember, video surveillance equipment doesn't just include high-resolution video, but also thermal infrared equipment that can detect people and objects at night and through walls. And while police accountability activists want every officer equipped with a body cam, that also raises the exact same issues. Cell phones, computers, televisions, cameras are everywhere in the United States. But what happens when the government has unfettered access to video footage of every person a police officer passes on the beat? What are the limits to targeted surveillance? And what happens to the Fourth Amendment when a warrant for one person lets the government watch an entire city?
Now they're following me up the stairs. Cameras are everywhere, and I mean, you are always being watched. There is no privacy.
Cameras everywhere. More Big Brother cameras. It's 3 lanes on Crenshaw. There is 1 camera for each lane. They look really, really suspicious.
Look at the surveillance today. There is literally a camera on every street corner, and on the interstate highways there are cameras every mile apart. We are under surveillance, and they're not satisfied. Their goal is to get us totally under surveillance like Great Britain is. Totally under the watchful eye of Big Brother. And let me tell you something. They think that they are God, because it's the eyes of the Lord that are in every place, beholding the good and evil. And they want to be our Lord, and they want to have their eyes in every place, beholding our good and evil, because they literally believe that they are God. They think the government is God.
All right, who's got cuffs? She does not want to go agreeably. Okay.
I'm being detained for just taking pictures of the building.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing something suspicious, and we need to know who you are and why you're doing it. Okay?
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Yes.
Nobody deserves to be disrespected, and I don't appreciate being put in a position where I have to be disrespectful. For whatever reason, it seems that police officers, many times, there's only one thing that I know of that gets their attention. If push comes to shove, and it sure as hell isn't asking to speak to their supervisor.
Keeping an eye on the government is critical to keeping the government in its place. But while government loves keeping an eye on us, it hates it when we keep an eye on it. And it's been easier to do so. More and more citizens are recording their interactions with the police using simple and perfectly legal devices like their cell phones. And the cops don't like that one bit, increasingly resisting the tapings with force and even jail time.
Videotaping you and your video.
Good. You should be. And there's cameras on the building. When we walk down the street, there's cameras on houses. There's cameras on the street corners. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on your cars. What's your point? What's your point? You're the one that said it. Good. Congratulations.
Boy, it is just amazing that in a free society you can't record public servants going about their so-called public service. They work for us, and we deserve to know what they're doing. To that end, police in particular have been known to trample the constitutional rights of people all the time. What you have a right to know is that you absolutely can video and audio tape them.
What are we filming? I'm sorry, what was your name? I said, what are we filming? I didn't catch your name. My name is right here. Right here. I wear it. And what is your name? I wouldn't like to answer any questions. Are you traveling? Do you have travel documents?
I would not like to answer those questions.
Would you like to have the police come over and talk to you about it?
I wouldn't like to answer any questions.
Jack, call the police.
Okay.
The police routinely violate the Constitution when they pull over your car or stop you on the street. They ask you intrusive questions that you don't have to answer.
I actually don't have to answer that, and you don't have to answer nothing. I can video you, you can video me. That's what we do.
They sometimes even rough people up. They push them off their bicycles. They threaten them with guns. They basically treat you like you're guilty of a crime before you've even been charged or convicted of one.
What do you want to talk about?
What's your problem?
What do you want to talk about?
What's your problem?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to know what your problem is.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, keep moving.
What do you want to talk about?
You just bumped me. That's battery.
I come over here to have a conversation with you, and you're totally uncooperative. Are you recording the conversation? You know that's against the law. You can't record the conversation. It's against the law. You could be prosecuted for that. Did you know that?
I wouldn't like to answer any questions.
The Constitution protects you from this type of police behavior. And many Americans have realized that policemen, often not caring about the Constitution, need to be photographed. So courageous Americans have decided to video and audio tape their interactions with law enforcement as a way to protect themselves from police mistreatment or to prove what happened.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about what your problem is. You want to punch me? You want to punch me? Yeah, you bumped.
Are you stepping up on me?
You stepped up on me. You bumped me.
Now.
My camera shows it perfectly.
Now.
My camera shows it perfectly.
Move away from me now.
You're the one that came up to me.
Move away from me now.
Hey, you better pull your officer off of me.
Move away from me now.
I did move away from you.
Move away.
I did move away from you.
Back up.
I don't have to back up.
Back up.
What are you gonna do? Hit me?
Back up.
You want to hit me?
That's what I thought.
Yet big government is so afraid of people recording the police, it tries to ban the practice.
As long as you know you're violating the law, that's fine with me. I can sit here and allow you to violate the law. I can sit here and do that with you.
Don't touch me, sir.
I didn't touch you.
Yes, you did.
You touched me.
You just, I'm moving my hand away from you. You moved all the way across my body. You're literally touching my leg right now. You're being very immature.
Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
If you're a federal agent, you are acting very immature in your capacity.
Really?
Yes.
I think so.
That is my opinion, yes.
This is completely unconstitutional. The First Amendment guarantees our right to free speech. That includes the right to listen to and record what happens in public. Cameras and recording devices are simply modern-day note-taking. And if people are using them to keep the police honest, to tell the truth about law enforcement abusing rights, then it is the right of the people to record these affronts to the Constitution.
Folks, you ever heard the word dictatorship? Kingdom? All the things that we fought to get away from, that our founding fathers died for, our rights, our freedoms, our liberties, that's what we're talking about right here, right now. See this?
Keep moving.
I carry STPD press credentials.
Keep moving.
This is public property, sir. I'm not allowed on public property.
You're not allowed near that door. We don't want to fight to start. You look like you want to start a fight.
Sir, as long as I've been known, nobody's ever known me to fight anybody. And you people know me.
Except you hear the impression that you wanted to start a fight.
Start a fight?
Yes.
Because I stood up for my rights?
You're giving the point to the man right now.
Because I stood up for my rights, I want to fight? Is that what you just told me? That when Americans make a stand for their rights, they want to fight? Well, today they don't shoot you like we used to. Today we bitch and moan because we ain't got the fucking balls. Well, I do. You are violating my rights. The only job guaranteed in America under our Constitution is the media. Who in the hell are you to stop that? This is America. And that's the thin blue line everybody's talking about. That's the cover-ups they're always talking about. This is America. Plain and simple. And sooner or later, each and every one of you people that took your oath to protect my Constitution and his and hers and that young lady over there and that news lady over there and that man with that camera.
Hey, what about me?
And this man behind me, you took an oath. You're gonna protect it. If you like it or not. or get the fuck out of here. Get a new job. We don't want you anymore. If you can't do your job properly, we'll replace all of you. Go. These people aren't going away, and neither am I, and neither is that one, and that one, none of us are. You people are going to have to explain it to everybody.
Until next time, thank you for watching Cameras Everywhere. Beware enemies of the people, and remember, until it's safe means never.